Welcome to this video on additional revision paper, question 2. Draw the indicated front and end plan views of figure 2 in first angle projection. Use scale of 1:1, show all hidden details, and do not dimension the drawings. Hopefully you still remember what is first angle projection. So I will draw 3 boxes. So with respect to the front view, the top box is the front view. The plan view will be placed on the bottom. And the end view, which is viewed from the left side of the front view, hence is going to be placed on the right side. Next, we will study the figure. So looking at this figure here, we have a radius r. So what is the size? So this radius is going to be the same as this size here, which is of dimension 30. So this r is going to be r30. The overall dimension is going to be 30 plus 30 plus 60, which is going to be 120 mm. Next, when we look at the front view, the right edge, there is a sloping feature here. So do not be deceived by this line, by the slope feature. It is actually the same right edge or the same vertical edge when you view from the front view. Similarly, for this particular line here, this line is going to be on the same surface as this big surface here, alright, or this big feature. So the angle does not change. So in the end view, take note of this line is sloping towards the front. Okay, that is why we give you the distance. Next thing, we will look at study the 3D model. You notice there is a hidden edge here. Okay, so just do take note of this when you draw the front view. Last but not least, we'll take a look at the this feature here is actually a through hole. Okay, if you look at the 3D model, you can see it's a cutout all the way to the end. And last but not least is the hole, countersunk 90 degrees to diameter 30. Small one is diameter 40. Alright. So without further ado, let's carry on with drawing the orthographic views. So start off with the template. I will draw the front view first. Go to outline, line. I will start off with somewhere around here. So the overall length is 60 plus 30 plus r, where r is 30 mm. So the overall size is 120 mm. So just key in 120 mm. Okay. Draw up 95 mm. Go across towards the left 30 mm. And now I do not know the other position. So what I'm going to do now is I need to draw from the left side instead. So start line here. The height of the base is 25 mm. Go towards the right, 30 plus 30, which is 60 mm. and then join back to the top line. Okay, next thing, I will draw the feature here, the line that is 43 mm away from the top surface of the base. So offset 43 mm. Okay, what else? This thing is there's a feature around here, but because we do not know the position, we need to know it from the end view. Hence, I'll just skip this part first. Okay, next thing I will draw the cutout. So the cutout is 28 mm away from the top surface of the base. So offset 28 mm. Draw the hidden lines for the cutout. Okay, so these two change to hidden lines. Next, I will draw the countersunk hole. Okay, so offset is 30 mm away from the left edge. So that is the center line of the countersunk hole. So the offset 7 for the on each side for the diameter 14, and offset 15 on each side for the top. Okay, so from this point I can draw the 45 degrees line all the way to the center uh, of the countersunk hole. So draw a line which is 45 degrees based on the polar tracking. So it's 135 is the one that we're looking for, and click the other point. So now just delete away the points or unwanted lines and trim. Okay, just trim away the unwanted ones. All the unwanted lines, just trim away. Draw a line across. Okay, because it's hidden, all the lines must be selected and changed to hidden lines. Okay, so just double check the word that I'm created. So it's correct, 13 and 14. Next, just change this line to center line. So there's a hidden detail here, which I've forgotten, which is click from here to here, there is a edge. Alright, so add in the edge. Next, I'll create the end view. Go to outline, offset 30 mm. So that'll be the gap, and that sets the starting point for my end view. So I just need to offset the size of 95. Okay, so that defines the box that my part is supposed to be in. Okay, next I'll draw the base, the height of the base. So the top part is not complete, so I need to add in more details. So I need to start off with the slanted edge on the left side. Just draw a line, or rather I should just offset 15 mm to mark out the position. Draw a line from 15 mm position all the way to the edge of the base. Trim. So normally I'll try to do feature by feature. Okay, so the next thing is I'll draw a line. Click on here, 20 mm, enter, and then I'll draw this slant line. Just key in any size first into a length, then press tab, key in the angle of 28 degrees, enter. Next thing, I will draw the horizontal line which is 43 mm away from the top face of the base, which is from here. From this particular location, I need to key in a horizontal length of 24 mm, and then I draw straight up to connect with the slant line. So that represents the position of that so-called rectangle. Then I just trim away those unwanted lines. Okay. Next thing, I can make use of since I know the position from the end view, I can draw the line across that represents the trapezoidal shape on the front view. Although on the isometric view it looks a bit like a straight line, but in actual fact it's not. Okay, so next thing I will draw the opening, or rather the cutout. So change to outline. So the position of the cutout is from 47 mm from the left edge. So click line, shift right click, choose from, click on the point, make sure using product tracker, key in 47, enter, go up 28 mm, go across 36 mm, and come back down. Okay. So the next thing is to draw in the countersunk. So what I need to do is mark out the position of the countersunk hole first, which is 30 mm from the right edge. So what I need to do now is just to copy the countersunk hole from the front view, from the center to this point. Okay, remove the line. Then check whether you have all the lines. Seems that everything is in order. Okay, so the next thing I will need to do is to draw the middle line. So which is 45 degrees and is slightly beyond the end view. Okay, next construct the lines to define the boundaries of my part. So go to outline, draw a line, go from here, okay, towards the left. Alright, I will just key in signs of 90, or can track all the way to the center line. I will need to create the radius, so I need to find out the center of the radius. So offset 30. Okay, so that will be my center position. Click from here and select the endpoint. So this line is going to be my center line later on. Right. So the next thing is to draw the upper part of the plan view. So just track to the edge here, and then shift right click, tangent to the circle. Trim the circle. So now add in the center line. Next, I will add in the countersunk circles. The smaller one is diameter 14. So next, I will add in the feature on the right side of the plan view. So I make use of construction line, draw a line. So that I mark out the position of the size 28 rectangle first. Okay, make sure the points is correct. Okay, next track the size. Next, I will draw the rectangle on the bottom right side of the plan view. So track from the end view. So that's my position. Next, make sure I track correctly from the front view. So this is my rectangle. So now I need to join them together. So from this position here, I'll connect to the other rectangle. Same thing from this corner, I'll join back up to the intersection point here. Okay, next, I'll need to draw the line from here, from this endpoint all the way down. So now we need to create the opening feature. So just track from the end view, drop it down, go across, and that is the position of the cutout. So just take note that the cutout is partially hidden. Okay. Next, I need to draw the line from the front view to indicate the visible part of the cutout. Shorten the hidden line and draw in the outline. I need trim. So just double check your work. Alright, looks like I made a mistake over here. So there's a point here that I need to project down. So the sloping point of this line actually ends right there. Alright. So now I double check my work again. And this time around it looks good. Thanks for watching the video.